Have you ever considered how many shots you will miss when shooting on film? It's a lot like trying to hit a baseball. Shit, even the best baseball players fail 7 out of 10 times. But here's the thing, those failures are actually what can lead to success. And the same can be said when it comes to photography. So let me show you why embracing the misses might just be the secret to getting better. Alright guys, when it comes to shooting photos on film, I have a huge problem. It's an unhinged urge to not waste a single frame. In some sort of weird pursuit of perfection, I need to be truly inspired by what I see in order to take a photo, and it can take me months to finish just one roll of film. Prior to starting this channel, that wasn't a big deal, and on top of that, I would only share the images I was happy with. Now, I have to shoot regularly and often to facilitate the content for this channel. I put pressure on myself to shoot more, forcing myself to hit the shutter in situations I normally would not, and it's incredibly uncomfortable. The other thing I'm grappling with is sharing my misses. It's a tough pill to swallow, sharing work that you're not particularly proud of. Now, I'm no shrink, but I'm certain this is all based in some sort of irrational fear of failure. And for as long as I can remember, in all aspects of my life, I've been scared of failing to the point that it can become crippling. I've talked about the effect of this on my photography, but the question is, how can I deal with it? This channel, even if no one watches, is forcing me to face this problem head on. The more I think about it, the more I've come to accept that I will never shoot a perfect roll of film, where every single frame is a banger. It's irrational to even think it's possible. So what I've done is I've changed my perspective on it. Today, I'm sharing 12 photos I captured on a trip to Houston, Texas. 12 black and white images shot on Kodak Tri-X, captured on my Hasselblad 501cm. How many shots out of 12 images need to be good in order for me to be content? Well, if we take the baseball approach, you're pretty damn good if you bat 300. Do it consistently over time, and you can become a millionaire. That's 3 hits out of 10 at-bats. Shit, I can do that. Not hit a baseball per se, but if I shoot 12 photos, I believe I can get 4 good images that I'm happy with. Perspective changed. The question remains, what if the failures are where the real growth happens? The misses do matter, and they might matter more than the wins. Why does this particular shot suck? Exposure issues, bad composition, or the bane of my photography experience, did I miss focus? Of all the shots I took, the one photo I was excited for was this one. It was my son's second year playing football, and this was the only game I got to see in person. Soft focus. I could have botched all the rest of the photos on this roll, and I would have been happy if I just nailed this one. I rushed it. I was not confident in the moment that I nailed focus. I panicked, and I just took the picture. I remember not feeling great about it at the time, and I should have opened up a bit, shooting at a larger aperture, creating more depth of field. Now, just down the street from the Airbnb I was staying at, I saw this old truck in a driveway of a house. And I'd passed it several times, and I really grappled with whether or not to take this shot, because I don't want to be a cliche. And it's a big cliche to take photos of old cars on film, and that's not me, right? But it kept calling to me. So eventually I took the picture, and I'm really glad I did because I love this shot. And who knows how many good photos I've never taken because I was scared of being judged for what I was photographing. Now, the Airbnb I was at was wild. There were themed rooms. I was in a safari room, but there was a room made up like a prison cell, an Egyptian room, and the living room had these crazy Venetian vibes with lots of art, columns, and statues. I knew I had to take at least one photo in this house. The house came complete with a pool, the likes of something you would see at the Playboy Mansion. The water was cold, but it didn't stop my son from getting in. Snapped this shot full of cool guy teenager vibes, and I'm really happy with it. I like the composition. I think he's nicely backlit here, and it almost makes up for the botched job on the football photo. Back in the surrounding neighborhood, I passed this basketball hoop many times, and every time I was enamored by the shadows from the trees. Again, I fell into that trap of perceived judgment. Basketball hoops are another film photography cliche, and that's not me. I'm not a cliche, or shit, maybe I am, I don't know. But eventually, before the trip ended, I snapped this photo, and much like the car shot, I was very pleasantly surprised. I really liked this one, and I almost didn't even take it. 5 shots down, 7 to go. Looking for inspiration, I headed over to Buffalo Bayou Park. I walked around looking for anything that would catch my eye. Nothing here was really all that compelling to me, but I forced myself to finish this roll. I knew this wouldn't be a good photo. In the moment, I was enamored by the vines growing on the underside of the bridge and the sound of water trickling down the stream, but deep down I knew it wouldn't translate to a good photo. Now this one I did have high hopes for. Something about the lone boot and the garbage in the water spoke to me, but it's all kind of lost in the photo. Maybe it would have worked better in color. Just upstream from the boot shot is the same bridge I'd shot earlier. I waited until someone was crossing it, hoping it would make the shot more interesting. It's not terrible, but it's nothing special. I walked back up from the stream and I knew instantly this was a photo worth taking. The shape of the path with the lights alongside it, the lone building in the background and the clouds, it just felt right in the moment, and I'm really happy with this one. I finished off this roll with an average Houston skyline shot. I don't love it, and that's okay because part of the process is learning to let go. Sometimes mistakes can become your favorite shots, but the bottom line is you will never know unless you take the photo. And just like a ball player shows up to practice every day, you get better by showing up, roll after roll. Out of 12 shots, I can confidently say I really like 4 of them. So I'm batting .300 here, and by baseball standards, that's pretty damn good. Sometimes you just have to change your perspective a bit. There's still value in looking at why a photo doesn't work, and I think it can help sharpen your instincts in terms of what has the potential to be a good photo, similar to training your eye the way a batter trains their swing. Film photography teaches patience, resilience, and rhythm, and if you're like me, I would invite you to embrace the journey and not just the highlights. Now, I'm no shrink, but I'm certain that this is based in some sort of So let me show you why embracing the misses might just be I've talked about this effect. I've talked about the effect. It's an unhinged urge. It's an unhinged. I need to be truly inspired by or the bane of my film photography experience, did I miss focus? Focus. I've talked a little bit about this, about the effect of this. I've talked about, I could have botched all the rest of the photos on this, you. Looking for inspiration, I headed over to Buffalo. 5 shots down, okay, you. I headed over to Buffalo, Bayou, Buffalo. Now this, looking pretty good. Let's pick it up. Yeah, I think we're good.